Hello guys, Josh here, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing alright. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing of all the PC components. They've finally arrived. Basically, I ordered everything like 2 weeks ago, and most of the stuff came within a couple of days, apart from the processor, which I ordered off Amazon. The stock's really weird at the moment, like with PC components. I had to order half my stuff from like Scan, half my stuff from Amazon, and then the rest of the stuff from eBuyer, because it was just really hard to get hold of everything in one place. The processor was holding us up. I ordered everything 2 weeks ago, and it was supposed to come within like 2 days, and I waited 10 days, still wasn't here. So Amazon refunded me, and then I ordered it from somewhere else, and it came pretty much the next day. So we've got everything together now. We're going to be unboxing it today. Next week I'll be filming the actual PC build, but I thought it'd be fun just to kind of go through all the components today and show you guys. Shout out to Deepcool, by the way, because Deepcool, you'll probably have noticed, have provided quite a few of the components for this build. They've provided the case, the cooler, and also some fans as well, so that's awesome. Anyway, let's unbox this stuff. All right, cool. We'll start off with this one then. I believe this is from eBuyer, so it should be the RAM, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. Super necessary karambit knife. Remember, you need that to get into any packages. Okay, so for the RAM, guys, try and show you. Here we go. Went for Trident Z. I've always wanted some of this ever since it came out, but it used to be like super expensive. But I got this, I think it was, well, 16 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz, and I got it for like 90 quid off eBuyer. It was on sale, which is really cool. We've got 2 sticks here, and I think they're still like some of the best looking RGB RAM around, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. We could always pick up some more at some point and then have like 32 gigs, but for this build, I think 16 should be fine. A little bit more info about the budget of the build. So I aim to have it around the £1,000 mark. The aim really is to drive 1080p ultra settings at over 100 FPS, which this definitely should be able to do. I'll obviously show you guys the components a little bit more now. Let's get into this next box. So not entirely sure what this is. It could either be the hard drives or the SSDs or the processor. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it's the processor. So, for the CPU, get rid of that. We went for the Ryzen 5 3600. I think I paid £160 for this, which, again, for this kind of build, I think this is the sweet spot. This is not going to bottleneck the graphics cards that I've gone for. To be honest, it's just insane what you can get for your money nowadays. Like, I remember paying 160 quid for like an i5 6400 back in the days, which compared to this, it's just miles and miles ahead. So yeah, crazy what you can get for your money. Obviously with this as well, we do get the Wraith cooler. So we could have used that, but I am going to be using the Castle 360EX, which to be honest is totally overkill, but Deepcool provided it and they wanted me to use it. So we are going to be going with that. But I guess we could overclock it at some point. That might be fun. Okay, put processor over here. Let's grab the next box. Okay, so seeing as that was the processor, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the hard drives. Sorry if the boxes look a bit destroyed, by the way. I kind of had to take my address off, you know? All right, cool. So this was actually provided by HP, so shout out to HP. It's their brand new NVMe M2 SSD. Got 1 terabyte here, and I think it will be enough for the build at the moment. I'll just shove this in, and then we can obviously install a few games on it. If we need to expand at some point, we can always throw another SSD in there. But yeah, that will be boot drive. Moving on, let's grab the massive box from Scan. All right, cool, let's crack this thing open. There's a lot of tape on it, not gonna lie. So this should have most of the components in. I normally order most stuff off Scan just because I'm a big fan. All right, so first up we have the PSU, which is the Be Quiet System Power 9. I've kind of forgotten what I ordered because it was like 2 weeks ago since I got the box. I went for a 600 watt just because it will give us a little bit of kind of overheads if we want to overclock at some point. Another reason I went for this is because it was like one of the only ones available. I was looking on loads of websites and pretty much all the PSUs I wanted were all out of stock. I don't know what's happening. I guess it's just everything happening in the world. But yeah, this was one of the only ones. So it's what I went for. Pretty good quality PSU. You don't want to cheap out on them. It's 80 plus bronze, so yeah, should do us just fine. And next, guys, onto the main event. What did I choose as the graphics card? Are you ready? Boom! RX 5600 XT. Josh, why didn't you go for the 2060? I can hear the comments now in the comments section. Well, I thought it'd be nice, guys, just to do a bit of a Team Red build. I've wanted to do one for ages, to be honest, and this was like 170, 270. Yeah, it was a lot cheaper than a 2060. I think it was about £40 cheaper. Which, if you compare benchmarks and stuff, I know the 2060 does beat this out a little bit in some games by like a few FPS. But yeah, it was cheaper and they're pretty much the same in most cases. So yeah, I thought it'd just be cool. I'll show you guys the back so you can actually see. Yeah, triple fan design. It should fit in our case, which is good. Now the thing is about this CPU is we probably could have actually paired this with a 5700 XT and it would still be absolutely fine. But yeah, just to kind of keep to the budget, I thought this would be a good choice. And as well, if we're only running at 1080p, there's not really any need for anything more powerful than this at the moment. So yeah, should be absolutely perfect. From what I've heard as well, they have sorted out all their driver issues that were plaguing the 5600 XT series. So hopefully we'll be all right. And then finally the motherboard, let's get it out. So I decided to go for the B450 Tomahawk Max from MSI, purely because it's had so many good reviews. Like loads of people have said I think it's a bestseller on Amazon. But yeah, it's supposed to have very good VRM cooling and just in general, a pretty solid board for the price. Again, for this kind of £1,000 build, this motherboard costs just over £100. So you don't want to be blowing loads of the budget on a motherboard. At the same time, you don't want to spend like 50 quid because you'll get something really cheap and nasty. But yeah, I think this should be absolutely perfect. Here is the back, so you guys can see that. Pretty cool looking board. It does support Mystic Light. Yeah, MSI Mystic Light. So we'll be able to control the RAM, hopefully, which will be good. So as far as components go, that is pretty much it, I think, for most of the build. Let's move on to some of the extra things. So we've got fans here from Deepcool. Again, shout out to Deepcool for sending these out. These are the MF120S fans. So they came out a couple of years ago. They're kind of these frameless design ones. I've always liked the look of them, but I've obviously never had any. So we're going to be putting these in the case. Talking of the case, this is the case. This is the Deepcool Mercube 310PH, I believe, in white. And yeah, it's like a kind of minimalistic design, white all over. It's got the glass side panel, and it's actually magnetic as well, so you can just kind of pull it off, which is pretty cool. It does also have like a GPU riser support, so your GPU doesn't sag, which will be good because we are running a triple fan GPU, so they do tend to sometimes sag. So that is the case. Again, I'm going to be showing these a little bit more obviously in the build next week, but yeah, that's the case. And then finally for the cooler, we're going to be using the Deepcool Castle 360EX, which Deepcool sent out to me a little while back, which again, like I said, it's a little bit overkill for this processor. We'd probably have been absolutely fine with the stock Wraith cooler because it's a great cooler. But yeah, we're going to be using this, add a little bit more RGB to the mix, and I think it's going to be an awesome looking build. So there we go, guys. That is all of the components for this PC build. It's going to be exciting putting it all together. Let me know down in the comments below if you think I chose the right components. Would you have chosen anything different? I know some people are going to say, should have gotten a 2060, Josh, you're stupid. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video today, guys, a like rating would be appreciated. It kind of helps out with the whole YouTube algorithm and stuff. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that notification bell because we're going to be putting all of this together next week, making the £1,000 PC build, and then doing the new setup. So it's going to be awesome. So make sure you stay tuned for that. With that being said, hope you guys all have an awesome week. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.